Okay, welcome back. We are going to be doing some more score chasing. Now that we are done score chasing, for the time being, Balloon Fight and Mario Bros. Got a million points, over a million points in both games, both Balloon Fight and the original Mario Bros. So now we're gonna do some score chasing on other games. I thought I would do Donkey Kong Jr., where my current high score 204,500. And basically, now that I've hit the million point mark in two score chasers that I love, Balloon Fight and Mario Bros, I feel like I can, not intensely, score chase. We're not going for a million in Donkey Kong Jr., but we are going to try to get a new high score. I could maybe with some practice get it as high as 250,000. A quick note regarding the Black Box series, only 3 more games left to play in the Black Box series. Pro wrestling, soccer, and volleyball. And we will get around to those. Soccer and volleyball, 2 of the worst Black Box games, and then pro wrestling, one of the better Black Box games. Looking forward to playing that one. Now, for anyone that's really good at Donkey Kong Jr. and can rack up a ridiculous number of points, this may be difficult to watch. I'm not one of those players that can rack up an insane score. I don't know all the tricks to rack up points. Quick question. What is everyone's experience with LGR, Limited Games Run? Or, LRG, Limited Run Games. I've heard bad things recently. A YouTuber I like, his handle is Bushy Stallion, but he goes by Daryl Sung. Daryl Sung 06, I believe. A fellow that lives in Canada is I've talked about him before on this channel, is a somewhat competitive Mortal Kombat player. Does stream. His channel is basically all Mortal Kombat. I think he also sometimes does Killer Instinct and the old Street Fighter 2 games, but he plays the original Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. He's also done a little bit of Mortal Kombat 4 and Sub-Zero mythologies just for kicks. But he on his channel got really hyped up about the Mortal Kombat Legacy collection, which recently came out. I don't remember too much about it, but I guess Limited Run Games was doing like a physical release of like a collector's edition that he was all hyped about on his channel. And he ended up paying over $300, you know, having to pay all the, like, because he's in Canada, he had to pay all the import fees as well as, you know, the price premiums or whatever. And basically what he got was, maybe I'll link his video reacting to it. He thought he was getting some really cool, yeah, like collector's edition with a nice box and really unique giveaways or something. Instead, all he got was a physical copy. So he was furious. You know, he paid $300 for something that was very bare bones and basic. And I guess there was some confusion with Limited Run Games, what consumers had were confused about what they were actually pre-ordering. I don't know, somewhere along the line, someone messed up and gamers who thought they were getting a physical copy of Mortal Kombat Collector's Edition with like some really interesting giveaways and swag ended up just getting a physical copy and nothing more. So I felt bad for him, but I also found it hilarious and also alarming because I have something coming out from Limited Run Games. I pre-ordered the AVGN Adventure, the physical copy from Limited Run Games. Won't be here till this summer. I ended up pre-ordering the clear blue cartridge. They had several options, just the plain old gray cartridge, also a solid red cartridge, which looked kind of crummy. The gold cartridge, which sold out, and we all know that it's going to be scalped to hell. It sold out within, like, minutes. But I'm a big fan of unique-looking cartridges, so, you know, I've bragged about having a clear green TMNT cartridge with an actual working board inside of it. Basically, someone took an authentic copy of TMNT1 on NES. They opened it up, they took out the board, and they replaced it with a... they put the board inside of a really cool, clear green cartridge. And put printed a brand new label on it. And it looks fantastic. Absolutely love it. Such a cool, unique item, and you know, one that just does not turn up all that often. What's really to say about Donkey Kong Jr.? I absolutely love this game. One of my favorite games to score chase. You know, so many times there's always that question about, you know, what is your all-time NES top 10 list? And so many of us have a hard time answering it. I believe that the Donkey, you know, you can put a Mega Man game up there, a Super Mario Bros. Game, a Zelda game, Metroid. You know, obviously you're going to put on a bunch of the heavy hitters. But I always find myself listing the Donkey Kong Arcade Classics cartridge as one of the top 10, because it has both Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. You get two fantastic black box games, two of the all-time greatest NES score chasing games on one cartridge. It's kind of like if you have to list the all-time best SNES games, sure, you know, top 10 or whatever, surely one of them has to be the Super Mario World, Super Mario All-Stars cartridge, because you get so many great games on one cartridge. I got trapped. Bad luck on that one. Okay, so we're about halfway where we want to be, which doesn't really matter, because if I can make it to the third phase of loop 6, the electric factory, that part of loop 6, I'll get creamed. I always do so poorly on that. Where are we now? Loop 5? Alright. Here is probably where I'm going to get creamed. This is when the game starts getting fun, when it's really challenging. But the game is all, don't get me wrong, this is a fun game. I love this game. But when the challenge ramps up, it gets interesting. And I'll be the first to admit, I'm not good at it. But that's okay. Maybe one day I'll get better. $150,000, pretty average game so far. Look at how crowded the screen's already getting. I believe in the next loop is when it starts so that they can go all the way to the bottom, the birds. Alright, so loop 6, here's where I get destroyed. If I can make it to 7-1, the first part of 7-1, that will be the furthest I've ever gotten in Donkey Kong Jr. Oh, what a terrible way to waste a life, especially since I'm going to need it on the next board. The saddest part, didn't even score a single point on that board. Alright, so here's the part of the game where I get destroyed. Ugh. Yeah, I'm going too slow or going too fast. Whatever it is, I know I'm not doing it right. Alright, so just a few more points, and we will have ourselves a new high score. Alright, I do believe that is a new high score, not by much, but just enough. Couldn't get out of the way in time. That's okay. New high score, 206,400. We'll go ahead and save that. And it's the most beautiful phrase in the English language. Anytime I can get a new high score, I always think of that quote from Walter Day. To get even a single point higher represents a tremendous increase in skill, so not bad. I really feel like we're getting closer to being able to make it to Loop 7. So we're going to grind away at Donkey Kong Jr. a little bit more. And We're also going to be moving on to other score chasers like Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong 3, Popeye, and Cuckoo Land. So stay tuned. Lots more score chasing to come.